This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(6:15 p.m.) This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. 110 million USD financial assistance from the ADB for Health Systems Enhancement Project in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's largest dialogues on green development is set to sail. The Sri Lankan community in the Sultanate of Oman donates a consignment of medical equipment to the Ministry of Health. The Bribery Commission summoned Thirukumar Nadesan to appear before the Commission tomorrow. The A-level and Grade 5 scholarship examinations will be rescheduled. The committee report on the restructuring of the Central Cultural Fund was handed over to the Prime Minister. The Railways Department is to resume train services from the 15th of October. Foreign news, NATO expels 8 intelligence officers from the Russian mission. Local news in detail now. The government has decided to obtain $110 million from the ADB and a grant of $3 million provided by the ADB-managed Japanese Fund for Poverty Reduction. The Finance Ministry said funds will be used to implement the additional financing of Health Systems Enhancement Project in the island. It added, in early 2020, with the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, $15 million from the ongoing health projects was reallocated for the emergency activities related to health and COVID prevention issues. In a statement, Finance Ministry said the additional financing will be used for urgent financing requirements to support and manage the third wave of COVID-19 pandemic activities. The relevant loan agreement and the grant agreement for the additional financing of Health Systems Enhancement Project was signed by the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, S.R. Artigala, on behalf of the Government of Sri Lanka, and Mr. Chen Chen, Country Director, ADB Resident Mission, on behalf of the ADB today. The Ministry of Environment, together with the UNDP in Sri Lanka, is set to sail the Colombo Development Dialogues on Green Development. The Environment Ministry said it comprises of a series of dialogues to support the policy positioning of green development and reaffirm Sri Lanka's climate and environmental commitments in the course of developmental aspirations. The dialogues will focus on core thematic areas of green development and help frame narratives on innovative policy making, sustainable financing, and multi-stakeholder collaboration. The ministry added it will help key stakeholders, including government counterparts, policymakers, and private sector collaborators, to articulate policy underpinnings to support the formulation of a national framework for green development in Sri Lanka. The dialogues will take place across 4 sessions from 12th of October to the 22nd of October 2021 via Zoom. The series will feature a lineup of over 35 local and international speakers, including the COP26 Regional Ambassador, UN Assistant Secretary General, and senior government officials in the island. The Sri Lankan community in the Sultanate of Oman has donated a consignment of medical equipment to the Ministry of Health, including ICU beds to treat COVID-19 patients. It was reported Sri Lankan quantity surveyors, fraternity, bankers and other professionals serving in Oman were the contributors to the donation. The donation was handed over at a ceremony held at the Foreign Ministry in Colombo. Foreign Secretary Admiral Professor Jayanath Kolambage handed over the donation to State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana. Ambassador of Sri Lanka to Oman, O.L. Amir Ajwad, were also present at the function. The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption has summoned Thirukumar Nadesan to appear before the Commission tomorrow. An official at the Commission said he will be summoned to record a statement with regard to allegations revealed on the Pandora Papers. The Commission has appointed a special investigation team to probe into the Sri Lankans who were listed in the Pandora Papers. The President yesterday instructed the Bribery Commission to conduct an immediate investigation on the Sri Lankans named in the Pandora Papers and to submit a report on the probe within a month. The Advanced Level and Grade 5 Scholarship Examination will be rescheduled and new dates will be announced shortly. State Minister of Education Reform Susil Premajantha told Parliament today that a new schedule for the two examinations would be announced following a discussion between the Education Ministry and the Examinations Department. Responding to a question raised by the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa, the minister said the two exams will most probably be postponed till early next year. Meanwhile, applications for the re-scrutiny of 2020 GCE Ordinary Level Examination will close on the 25th of October, the Department of Examinations announced today. Students who wish to apply for re-scrutiny can submit applications only through the official website of the Examinations Department. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
The committee report on the restructuring of the Central Cultural Fund was handed over to the Prime Minister, Mahinda Rajapaksa, at the Temple Trees this morning. The 5-member committee was appointed under the guidance of the Prime Minister and the committee and was chaired by the Director General of the Fisheries Department, Susantha Kahawatha. It was reported several places of the tourist interests are controlled by the Central Cultural Fund. Plans are afoot to conserve and develop such places as to attract more tourists after the pandemic dies down and the country returns to normal. The Central Cultural Fund said the development of Magul Madu Viharya in the Ampara district and the diving project along the eastern and southern seabelt will be of immense interest to enable tourists to visit the heritage of Sri Lanka, are specific among the projects. The Railways Department is considering to resume train services from October 15th. General Manager of Railways J.I.D. Jayasundara says that the department is seeking advice from the Health Ministry on how to operate the services again. He said the Railways Department was ready to resume services from October 1st. However, due to the advice from the Health Ministry, it was postponed for 2 weeks. And that ends local news.
Just as love and freedom are important to a child, so too is knowledge. Encouraging their pursuit of knowledge is our most important responsibility as parents.
Sri Lanka Insurance Minimutu education plans ensure a secure future for your child with a higher education fund, comprehensive protection and a range of additional covers. Minimutu education plans for children who dare to dream. Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The government has decided to obtain $110 million from the ADB and a grant of $3 million provided by the ADB-managed Japanese Fund for Poverty Reduction. The Finance Ministry said funds will be used to implement the additional financing of health systems enhancement project in the island. It added in early 2020, with the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, $15 million from the ongoing health projects was reallocated for the emergency activities related to health and COVID prevention issues. And that was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhaleba.
And now in Watch Light.
Professionals in the field of health and nutrients say fruits are an excellent source of essential vitamins and minerals, and they are high in fiber. They urge the public to consume fresh fruits as a habit. It added fruits also provide a wide range of health-boosting antioxidants, including flavonoids, and they said eating a diet high in fruits and vegetables can reduce a person's risk of developing heart disease, cancer, inflammation and diabetes. And that was Watchlight.
World News.
In the headlines, NATO expels 8 intelligence officers from Russian mission. Germany and Denmark repatriate women and children from Syrian refugee camp. Over 2 feet of rain fell in Italy in only half a day, something not seen in Europe ever before. World news in detail now. NATO has expelled 8 members of Russia's mission to the alliance, saying they were undeclared Russian intelligence officers. The expulsion of the Russians was reported earlier by Britain's Sky News. It said Moscow's mission to the alliance headquarters in Brussels would be halved in response to suspected malign Russian activities. NATO said on Wednesday that it had withdrawn the accreditation of 8 members of the Russian mission and reduced to 10 the number of positions Moscow is able to accredit to NATO. Russia has long had an observer mission to NATO as part of the NATO-Russia Council, founded 20 years ago, that was meant to promote cooperation in common security areas, but it is not a member of the US-led alliance. Extreme climate-fueled rainfall broke records this week in a part of Italy known for its rain and an area in Oman not known for rain at all. On Monday, a series of storms put on the parking brakes over northwestern Italy, unleashing rainfall rates never before seen in all of Europe after over 29 inches of rain fell in just 12 hours. In Oman, a rare tropical cyclone dumped years' worth of rainfall, bringing deadly floods to the desert landscape that rarely sees much rain in an entire year. Italy's Genoa province, known for its natural beauty and rugged coastlines, became the epicenter for the most recent extreme rains. Germany and Denmark have brought home 11 women and 37 children from a camp in northeastern Syria where suspected members of the ISIS group have been held, the German Foreign Ministry has said. Germany repatriated 23 children and their 8 mothers on a charter flight which landed shortly before midnight yesterday at the Frankfurt airport. They had been living in the Roj prison camp in northeastern Syria, which is under Kurdish control. The children are not responsible for their situation. The mothers will have to answer for their acts, Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said in a statement. Denmark brought home 14 children and 3 women as part of the same operation carried out with US military support, Berlin said. Back to the headlines of the world news. NATO expels 8 intelligence officers from Russian mission. Germany and Denmark repatriate women and children from Syrian refugee camp. Over 2 feet of rain fell in Italy in only half a day, something not seen in Europe ever before. And that ends World News.
And now in development news.
Sri Lanka's telecom regulator plans to get more land to strengthen its position as a property developer and attract tourists with a water park. A government statement said the Cabinet of Ministers had approved a proposal to transfer 4 acres, 3 roads and 24 47 perches near the tower project. Sri Lanka Telecom Regulatory Commission, which collects fees from telecom operators, had earlier engaged a Chinese contractor to build a large tower in the middle of Sri Lanka's capital Colombo called the Lotus Tower. And that was development news.
Sports news.
Cricket news. The series between Sri Lanka and Pakistan women will not go ahead in October this year following a change in management at the PCB Pakistan Cricket Board. The PCB have said that they are finding it tough to arrange the games on short notice given the administrative changes within the board. SLC is however hopeful of the tour going ahead sometime before the 2022 Women's World Cup. Still on cricket, the ICC has announced the appointment of 16 umpires and 4 match referees for the Round 1 and Super 12 stages of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021. There will be neutral umpires for all matches of the 16-team tournament running from 17th October to 14th November. The first match of the tournament between Oman and Papua New Guinea on October 17th will be officiated by Sri Lanka's Kumar Dharmasena, who was one of the on-field umpires for the final of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2019 alongside New Zealand's Chris Gaffney. Ranjan Madugala will be the match referee with Richard Kettleborough, the TV umpire, and Azan Rasa, the fourth official. Meanwhile, the first T20 practice match is now being played between Sri Lanka and Oman at the Al Amirat Stadium. Oman won the toss and elected to bat short while ago, and Sri Lanka were 162 for 4 wickets. And that ends sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U-Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The world's biggest container ship, the Ever Ace, arrived at the Colombo port yesterday. Local agents Hemas Holdings said PLC Evergreen's Ever Ace is the first in the line's 24,000 TEU class container ships. The A-type vessel is around 400 meters in length and 61.5 meters wide, has a design draft of 14.5 meters and can cruise at speeds up to 22.6 knots. With a nominal carrying capacity of 23,992 TEU, Ever Ace is one of the largest container ships in the world. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
In economic news, the Sri Lanka Gem and Jewellery Association announced the appointment of its new chairman, Ajwar Dean. The new SLGJA committee has outlined an extensive plan that intends to uplift the industry post-pandemic. Like many other industries, the COVID-19 pandemic has hit the gem and jewellery trade significantly. With approximately 800,000 to 1 million people Depending on the industry, the pandemic has easily affected 70 to 80% of people from all sectors. The retail sector of the industry has been greatly impacted due to the lack of tourism over the past year and a half, with exporters being equally affected by the limitation of foreign buyers entering the country. And that was Economic News.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Met Department says...
Weather report.
The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabragamuwa, central and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the eastern and Uva provinces during the afternoon or at night. Wind speed can be increased up to 50 km per hour at times in the western slope of the central hills, northern, north-central provinces and in the Trincomalee district. That was the weather report. And to conclude this news broadcast, the headlines again. 110 million USD financial assistance from the ADB for Health Systems Enhancement Project in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's largest dialogues on green development is set to sail. The Sri Lankan community in the Sultanate of Oman donates a consignment of medical equipment to the Ministry of Health. The Bribery Commission summoned Thirukumar Nadesan to appear before the Commission tomorrow. The A-level and Grade 5 scholarship examinations will be rescheduled. The committee report on the restructuring of the Central Cultural Fund was handed over to the Prime Minister. The Railways Department is to resume train services from the 15th of October. Foreign news: NATO expels 8 intelligence officers from the Russian mission. And with that, we end this news broadcast.